I started my print-on-demand business 8 years ago and initially focused a lot on selling trends because it gave that instant gratification and helped build my confidence that I could make it as a print-on-demand seller. But over time, I shifted and started to favor more evergreen niches that can sell any day of the year. And the result is today I still make sales from products that I listed on Amazon back in 2017. It's a beautiful thing. But not all evergreen niches are created equal, and that's what I want to show you in today's video. They're not all equally likely to make you sales. And yes, evergreens do tend to trend a little bit. They may be like fringe related to or have fringe relevance to certain trending holidays. So of course you have to factor that in. And we're going to look at a little bit of that today as well. But I really just want to kind of compare 5 handpicked evergreen niches and show you how I can decipher which are better opportunities than others. So let's get to it. So to get started, I'm focused on Amazon. That's where I go to do my research almost always, at least to get started. I'm a creature of habit. That's where I got my start with print on demand. That's what I know. Now, I prefer to use research tools like Merch Dominator, but today we're not going to be in the web app because, well, it's limited when compared to the Chrome extension, which does something I've never seen any tool do. It does real-time research across multiple pages of data. So what you see here, I know this is not what you're used to seeing when you're on Amazon, but I am in fact on Amazon, all right? Behind this is a full page of search results, but instead of us looking at that, what we're looking at is 7 pages of data wrapped up into one data table right here in front of us. So I typed into the search bar, pickleball shirt, and it went and grabbed 7 pages of, well, results for pickleball. You can see here in the table, I can sort by things like brand, title, what number it is in terms of like its placement on the page. You can see that in the first column. I prefer to sort by either bestseller rank or date published. Okay, those are my 2 favorite columns to sort by. When you sort by BSR, again, that's a snapshot in time, so we can see right away how well this product is selling relative to other products in this category. I also use some advanced filters here where I filter out the protected brands. I set the sponsored status to non-sponsored only, okay, so I don't have to look at ads. And then I also have the MBA/KDP products only, and then I hit filter. Okay, and you can actually save your filters so that it automatically applies right there in that dropdown, so you don't have to do it every time. The reason this is so powerful is it's not just looking at that first page, it looks at multiple. You can tell it how many pages to look at. And again, the ability to filter out the results in real time, like, oh, I don't want to look at FBM listings because I sell Amazon merch, or maybe I do want to look at FBM listings, filter out ads, etc. You're trying to get rid of the clutter and only look at good data. Now, one of the things that inspired this video is up here at the top, this little search bar attempts to look at all the data that it grabbed. You tell it how many pages of data to look at. By default, it might just be 1 page. I've got it looking at 7 pages right now. So that's like over 1,000 products it's looking at. And then based on my filters, it has 172 products that currently meet my criteria. And I can scroll through this table and you can see here the BSR just gets higher and higher and higher for the pickleball shirts that I, initially searched for. So the bestseller is going to be here at the top. You can see the bestseller right there is Dink Floyd. After that, Dink responsibly. Playing pickleball improves memory. It was in the pickleball heartbeat. Like, there's a bunch of great pickleball shirts, right? This is a great evergreen niche because it's played year round. My mom plays just about every day. Honestly, she's addicted. But I wanted to show you guys that up there across the top of the data table, if you click to expand it, you get some really interesting information. It really repackages all this data in a way that to me is easier to digest. The first thing, the BSR range distribution. So it's literally checking 7 pages of data on pickleball shirts. It's showing us what number of products has a BSR between 1 and 100,000. Okay, if you can get products under 100,000 BSR and kind of keep them anchored there, that is the ultimate goal for, I think, for merch sellers. And one of the best ways to do that with evergreen niches especially is to be strategic about how you set up ad campaigns. It's not required, but especially if you're launching new listings, it certainly helps. Otherwise, you could have the best design in the world and the best SEO optimization and never sell. That's just a harsh reality of selling on Amazon where, let's be real here, it's the #1 e-commerce destination in the world. There are plenty of sellers. It's, plenty competitive. you can see here, so through 7 pages of data, and I mean, I'm not trying to give you the exact kind of numbers, but you can kind of see there on the left-hand side, it does give you a count. So about 100, shirts are between 1 and 100,000. Maybe, 55 are between 100,000 and 300,000. Equal as many between 300,000 and 600,000 BSR. At that rate, you're selling maybe once every few days. Okay, that's what the BSRs. You start to get a feel for what that really means in terms of like how frequently things sell. And then what you really see here though is look how few shirts are in the not sold. So pickleball as a niche through 7 pages of data, Amazon's only showing 2 shirts with no sales, which also proves my point though, that Amazon does tend to give products that are like new submissions a chance. Because why would they even bother showing multiple products that haven't sold? It's because they're giving those new submissions a chance. They do like their catalog to not be stale, to help it become fresh. But that represents 0.55% of all the products that it showed that had not sold. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm realizing too is that according to my filters, I told it to only show products that have sold. Therefore, this is a misrepresentation. So, hey, I caught myself at least. I don't want to give you guys bad data, and I'm going to leave this into the video. I could easily edit it out, but this is a learning experience. Like if you're following along with the Chrome extension, you're going to want to remember, if you filter out the products that haven't sold, then that column for not sold should always be about 0, right? So that is worth mentioning. But what we're doing now is we're getting really deep into the pickleball niche. Now, on a relative basis, we need to look at other niches to know, does this make pickleball a good evergreen niche on a relative basis or not, right? So we're going to look at some other ones, but let's keep going through this. In terms of BSR here, looks like the average BSR, this is what I really like, through 7 pages is 700, and let's just round that up to 750,000. Now that may not sound great, but I actually think that's pretty good through 7 pages. If we only did page 1, that number is going to drop dramatically. But through 7 pages, which gives us a really good insight into this niche as a whole on Amazon, especially Amazon merch, because I'm looking only at merch products because I use that filter that's only available in Merch Dominator's Chrome extension. That to me is a very, like under 1 million to me is highly desirable, okay? Let's jump on over here to Nurse Shirt. Now it's the exact same thing. And what do you see? Let me make the bigger thumbnails. They just added this new feature, by the way, by request. They wanted the bigger thumbnails. People wanted them, so they gave it to us. There is a ton of St. Patrick's Day. Like we typed in Nurse Shirt, everything it looks like is St. Patty's Day themed. So, I mean, hey, take a hint, right? If our goal is just to make sales, then if you want to enter the nurse niche, although if it's St. Patrick's Day themed, is it really evergreen? That was meant to be the scope of this video. I don't know of a way of filtering. Actually, no, you should be able to, under the advanced filters, exclude keywords. And you could probably exclude the keyword like St. Patrick's Day to get, to get rid of these, because obviously they have we're sorting by lowest BSR to highest BSR. And of course the lowest BSR ones are people prepping for St. Patty's Day. Anyways, you can see here, if you do just want to sell in maybe you have a specific Etsy shop or something dedicated to nursing, or a Shopify store dedicated to nursing. I mean, we didn't even have to look for St. Patrick's Day nurse shirt. We literally just typed in nurse shirt and you can see it's dominated. Just a little pinch, nurse with the St. Patty's Day vibes with the 4-leaf clovers, shenanigans and scrubs, the heartbeat with the leprechaun hat, the St. Patrick's Day shamrock with the nursing gear on, the St. Patty's Day bow tie with the stethoscope, the Friends TV show font. I would never do that on a Amazon merch design, but it says nurse, I'll be there for you. Anyways, you guys get the gist. What we're really looking for is up there at the top. Look at the BSR range distribution. On a relative basis, not factoring in competition, because it's really hard to do that on Amazon. They're good about obfuscating the true competition, in my opinion. Look at that compared to Pickleball. Many, many more products, I would say, in the BSR range of 1 to 100,000, 100,000 to 300,000, 300,000 to 600,000, okay? This, on a relative basis, I would say is a better niche in terms of demand. And the bar charts are nice. We don't really need to know, because the average BSR does the real heavy lifting. Again, the Chrome extension, you literally just give it a minute. It will go check multiple pages of data. It went fetch 7 pages of data, applied our filters, calculated the average BSR. This is really all we need to know. Average BSR, 517,000, significantly lower than the 750,000 for Pickleball shirt. So the next query I did is teacher shirt, and let's go through a couple of the best sellers just for fun while we're here. It looks like a lot of them are reading themed. And anybody who's been subscribed and paying attention to my videos, top 5 niches of the week on Sundays especially, I gave you the heads up that every March, early in March, we see the reading themed books explode in popularity. So hopefully you took my advice and got out ahead of that, because these are the results for Teacher Shirt. But I think the first like 6 at least that are in front of us are all reading themed. I mean, so far, yes, all of them. Except this one. It says, I will teach on a boat, a goat, I will teach everywhere. Okay, so it looks like 5 of the top 6 are all reading themed. And the bestseller has a BSR of 1,944. So let's open this up in the category view. And the average BSR through 7 pages for Teacher Shirt, 164,000. So again, not all evergreen niches are created equal. In terms of demand alone, Teacher Shirt has taken the cake so far for the 3 niches that we looked at. Now, I knew reading shirts were going to be popular right now. This is an evergreen niche, reading, right? Reading anything. But right now it is trending. Let's be real here. So it's an evergreen niche that trends at least once a year. Honestly, I remember it trends at least like twice a year, where it really significantly trends. So do with that what you will. I mean, that's like the perfect evergreen, a niche that is going to sell year round, but also trend. I love that. I'm all about that. Currently, the demand score, according to Merch Dominator, is a 10 out of 10. So that basically tells you how well these are selling right now, how big the demand is. Let's open this up. Average BSR, 300,000. Now, you might be thinking, well, if the reading shirts are selling so well, why does it have a higher average BSR than Teacher Shirt? And I think it's because Teacher Shirt, it's not an exact science. It's pulling in designs related to teachers. But as you saw, guys, if we collapse this real quick, it's also pulling in designs related to reading. So it's benefiting from the low BSRs of the reading shirts as the Teacher Shirt niche, if that makes sense. Because they realize the Amazon algorithm is good at giving people what they want. It realized that people who are looking for teacher, the niche, are buying shirts related to reading at the moment, right? And Amazon's algorithm knows that this isn't like a permanent thing, that if it's working now and then isn't working in April or something, about a month away, they're going to recycle the results and show what's working best at that time, okay? So again, it's really just focused on the customer and giving them what they want. So reading shirt, BSR, let's call that 300,000. And one more, we really expanded the scope here. I just typed in funny shirt. So nothing too specific. This is about as broad as it can be. It looked at the first 7 pages for us. And what do you know? Almost exclusively St. Patrick's Day. Again, this is just at the upper end, guys, the high end. You can scroll and you'll start to get more mixed results. But at the high end, as we're knocking on the door of St. Patrick's Day in just a few weeks, that's dominating the high end. But here's a few. So I just scrolled down. I don't know if I want to read these, but you can see if you're watching the video feed. Gulf of America with Trump. Somehow that's on the funny shirt. In order to insult me, I must first value your opinion. There's some funny ones here. I want you to glaze my... Okay, yes, no. Dinosaurs don't read. Dinosaurs didn't read. Look what happened to them. So a kind of a reading adjacent shirt that found its way into the funny shirts. Kitten chicken nuggets. Okay. Anyways, if you want to get ranked on highly generic keywords like funny shirt, it is not easy. You're probably going to have to run ads. And yeah, it just is what it is. Anyways, let's open this up. That's why we're here. Average BSR for funny shirt, 210,000. Okay, that is interesting. So higher than 7 pages of Teacher Shirt. And that may be just the benefit of Teacher Shirts being a popular evergreen and then pulling in the reading shirts as well and benefiting from the high end of the reading themed shirts. It's also not like when I'm recording this video, it is a moment in time. If you guys say, well, let's go check Ryan's work, and then you come and look at it later, you might see that this flips, right? It wouldn't surprise me if funny shirt most times of the year has a lower average BSR. And it also depends on how many pages you look at, by the way. I'm looking at 7 pages across all of these queries. To be fair, if you look at just the first page, that's also going to change your data. So I just wanted to be clear about that, guys. But hopefully this was a good learning experience about how, for a human to look at 7 pages of data is not viable at all. I don't know how they did this. I used to be a web developer for 8 years. I don't know what... I can usually figure this stuff out. I don't know how they did it where it can go and scrape 8 pages of data at a time without getting throttled by Amazon's anti-bot. Have you guys ever seen that? If you refresh a page too fast or open too many tabs, it hits you with the CAPTCHA. But somehow they did it at Merch Dominator where it doesn't do that. So you can get multiple pages at a time and then you can get it all in one view and look at things like average BSR is extremely valuable. I didn't show you, but you can go into the data tables too. Just one last thing real quick. You can go into the data tables, and what you can do is sort by date published right here. I also find that extremely useful for finding the most recently updated or uploaded designs in that niche that have sold, because that's a really good indicator of like usually where the opportunity lies. So I sort by date published, and now you're looking at all products that were uploaded basically in the last week or two, in this case, indexed on funny shirt. So it may seem like, oh, insurmountable, there's no way we'll ever get indexed on funny shirt. Yet there was at least right there, what was that, 6 different shirts that were uploaded in the last 2 weeks, about the last 10 days, that had already made a sale. One of them's got a BSR of 111,000. So that's pretty impressive. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Check out Merch Dominator. It's going to be linked in the description. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another new video.